Hi, my name is ﷺ. I am a compassionate supporter of life, which is the one label I have sincerely and consistently embraced my entire life. I've held many titles and roles in life, labels that were handed to me, often out of convenience by others, as a way to quickly presume understanding of me, what my capabilities were, and my responsibilities. Most often, the HR job description represents what's expected of our personality. Personality is learned and taught, a shaping of how we are taught to think about ourselves, conforming to what others expect of our behavior, and our presumed role in life. Unfortunately, organizing activity for the sake of profit too often fails to unveil the essence of a potential supporter of those organizing causes. Call them an employee or candidate if you must. I prefer the word volunteer in all cases. We volunteer to support causes that inspire us, without self-concern. Uniting emotion is the driver. As part of being employed, we are deployed to conform out of fear and seek assurance of self-survival. This is where money enters the picture. We are born with essence. It can be enhanced further through personality, but it is the thing that makes our life's pattern feel unique. No, we are not as special and unique as social norms suggest and perpetuate. What's your mission in life? What will you leave as your legacy? Very dangerous questions to bestow on innocence being rushed to grow up and become an adult. We are not as unique as our tax identities might suggest, what I affectionately refer to as our social insecurity number. What is distinct is whether each person knows and honors their essence, and how well they grew both simultaneously. It is in the variation of one trumping the other which creates the inconsistencies observed in one's behavior and the contrast they bring to others in life. Contrast creates life awareness and is wonderful. Society is growing wiser to this artificial split and beginning to search and hire for essence in addition to personality, what I lovingly refer to as personal reality for one. In my humble opinion, a well-balanced person is aware of their personality and how it either enables the projection of their essence in support of life, or how it blocks essence and adds contrast to life. A self-aware person grew personality in a balanced manner, outward from and consistent with essence. For example, some people have the essence to move physically and become a clear standout athlete or dancer at a very young age, while others, without that natural ability, will seemingly practice and never match that creator-granted talent. My wife is an example of this moving essence with regards to musical talent. She can move what she hears and senses physically through her vocal cords and fingerings of many instruments without any training, while I work very hard to attempt to match her effortless real-time abilities. Other people are intellectually talented, evident by early publications. I admire examples from school district publications in which I grew up. How apparent that for some people, the gift of linguistic conveyance through observing concepts far exceeds others who are older and should be more experienced. By example, one second grader's story far surpassed most other student stories in both witnessing and re-expressing that which words struggle to convey. While I attempt to match those with a command over language, my work is difficult and often cluttered by comparison. No, my gift, my essence, is not conveyances of concepts through language, but more so the innate ability to perceive through the five senses what is occurring physically and how influence from others or your influence of others affects your own thought and action or inaction and resultant imprints on your body, your emotional imprints. I help life to rebalance and experience a new perception in the middle. Often, personality is biased towards conceptualization. Less often, a life pattern is body biased, with very little thought before and after acting in a way that affects others. A balance of thoughtfulness and attentiveness to perceiving physically and directly what is occurring in their part of shared reality brings a peaceful ability to flow, adapt, and accept life as it is. My astrology friends would suggest that I'm just living my Libra tendencies, perhaps. I have always seen the harmony that underlies and precedes any conflict for what it is. Necessary contrast towards existing and knowing. Conflict at level is pure harmony when viewed from the level above and below that level of conflict. My first grade story represents my innate awareness at age 6. Although my koan was simple, direct, it was teacher edited. It likely wasn't perceived by those infatuated by the land of concepts and words. I have lived my name through direct witnessing, fortunately, for the vast majority of my lifetime. I have been blessed to see the forest for the trees. My essence and life assist aligns with my 3 power words: attention, connection, compassion. Since my earliest childhood memories, I had an innate ability to maintain intense focus on other without self-serving intentions. Observing and admiring what is, exactly as it is, in each moment. Because I've been able to maintain focus, I've witnessed intricate connections in human relationships and other layers of our environment. Because I've seen how all things and events flow together symbiotically, I've been able to offer compassion in scenarios where those without this essence might offer anger, fear, and related negative emotion. I've been able to remain present and accepting of what life is realizing and why this might be. This has made me inherently adaptive. Words are sounds, labeling, classifying, merely pointing at life. Words have meaning. Living is meaning. To understand me, it's best to have a view into how I am living and have lived. One of the most relevant labels placed on me over this thing called a lifetime is that of leader. The meaning of that word, that concept, is evident by those who voluntarily follow, proclaiming their time with me, having a loving effect of reuniting people towards inspiring causes. Over the course of my lifetime, I've pursued just one just cause: helping people to focus their attention in a very simple, consistent manner so that we might directly witness our inherent connection to one another. As a result, reclaiming the curiosity we held as innocent children, which sparks inspiration to just flow with one another in a non-competitive manner. Instead of attempting to command and control life, people I have affected instead offer each other compassion without hesitation. From age 6 to 10, I healed my own parents' relationship. Beyond age 10, I've helped countless adult relationships to rebalance in very discrete ways, likely to be realized and affirmed much later in their own lifetime. I continue to help my own father expand his life view beyond the myopic views handed to him as a child during a time of great instability. As one attempts to remind other of suffering born from dithering choice in a world of necessary yet artificial duality, both self and other remember together because of those shared experiences of denial and affirmation. Again, the three power words that I have lived through are attention, connection, and compassion. What I have witnessed through direct shared experiences with others and through others, allowing them to live through me, is that life inherently thrusts us into a field of separation. We learn by observing others competing in society and striving to just survive physically through attempts to control and command life action in a way that serves them best. We hesitate to offer genuine support and compassion for others in the land of dichotomy and artificial choice. And we, apart, suffer as a result. Or we are fortunate to observe someone that stands out, someone who flows with the current without concern for just surviving physically. Instead, this person sails with the current of life's prevailing action, gently redirecting the collective energy of others in a direction that promises to feel better and support them more naturally. This best describes my role in life. I have offered compassion without concern of reciprocity. At times when I have taken career roles too seriously, though, this has been a real test of faith and grace. However, as I have remembered to flow sincerely in life, I have been blessed beyond description. Thankfully, the vast majority of my life has been an experience of sincerely flowing with and supporting others, rather than seriously competing with and encountering others. I was born amidst great contradictions, great displays of love and support, with observations of others amidst unpredictable contrast and strife. Thankfully, I didn't process their instability as my own. The would-be mentors and guardians over my lifetime offered me more so an example of what life was missing and seeking, more so than in defining me. Parents, teachers, and managers, all trying far too seriously to lead, and everyone self-proclaiming responsibility over me, tried to direct my so-called future, but I remained patient and present and observant of the bigger, unshared reality and their playful roles within them. When one tried to teach me, we both learned. But the adaptation was reliant upon how each of us reflected and chose to adapt with others on our own private journey. Some childhood idols which I crossed paths with later in life affirmed that they are not at peace with how they rowed their boat against life's current. Contrast makes living detectable. I lovingly suggest we are here to know we are existing. There is no self without othering and contrasting. This has been the basis of my renewing energy, faith, and grace. This is what makes me an authority and so-called expert in helping others to focus collective attention, sensing and adapting to their connecting life action, in support of offering compassion to life, rather than competing with and trying to control life, which none of us truly wants. Life doesn't want to be managed and controlled towards totally predictable outcomes. Life wishes for voluntary support, mutual reflection, and pleasant surprises. If we had the ability to perfectly predict what would happen, executing our plan perfectly, life wouldn't be very interesting. That's called the past, history. Compelling realizations from our shared pursuits, and proving to ourselves our ability to adapt and persevere, is what makes life so compelling. Life thrives on uncertainty, with moments of rebalancing to an evolving clarity. initiated by shared reflection and shared adaptation. This is my life's mission and how I've been supporting life. I'm humbled and sincerely honored if you decide to start a relationship with me.